I did. I promised you a Mundo game.
Yeah. Alright. Sounds good. What are we looking
It's
at
kind of
today?
the same thing. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm like cynical and don't see the positives in the games, but I just don't feel that I'm closing out games. I mean, this is only a 25-minute video. I feel like I could be doing more, or
Alright,
maybe I'm just being too hard on myself. I don't know.
we'll see. I mean, I think here you should always do Wolves to Gromp. Just to get your cycle better. A lot of times, the only few time people ever do Wolves
Yeah,
to Blue is when they're like running out of mana on a mana champion, which obviously isn't the case here. So I think Wolves to Gromp.
yeah.
Uh, but here we go. Scuttle. We play for Double Crab. As mid's fighting, we get a freebie. Yoink. Go Top Crab. Looks like Top Crab's. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is a dream scenario. You got Double Crab plus a kill. Throw a Q on this guy and just run away. Yoink and peace. Perfect. Base. Go to Krugs. Perfect. Full clear down. Perfect. You can play for Dragon if you like. Now you can't because your ball lane died. Happens. I just throw a little Q at this guy. Yeah, there you go. Boom. Walk away. Another Q. Walk out. All good. Nothing really happened. Thresh walks in and dies for no reason. We should be able to clean this up. Throw another miss Q. It's fine. I mean, fine is tentative as long as he dies. Okay, it's fine. Here, I pull Dragon now. Mid's dead. Their jungle's dead. Pull Dragon. Beautiful. Perfect. Base instantly. I don't know where you're going. Just based on this bush. Oh, you were? Okay, no, you were, and then you see the Sylas. You start running. Perfect. Another Q. Didn't have to flash, but it's fine. Base. Go into your red. Sylas gank here. If you want here, you could just skip your entire top side and run straight to his top side. Because because he literally did what? He ganked bot. He died. He respawned, and then he ran back to bot. So he's been bot for the last 2 minutes. Okay, right? His camps respawn every 2 minutes, 15 seconds. So his top camps have to be up now because he's been bot the last 2 minutes, right? I'm sorry. So I think right here, if you want off spawn, you could just literally sprint to his blue buff or sprint to his Gromp. All three camps have to be up. He's obviously across the map from them. He's not going to run straight from bot to wolves. He's going to do probably Krugs and Red, then Raptors, then Wolves, right? So you could probably take all three of these camps before he even gets here, or at the very least two, Blue and Gromp, if you think like you're too scared to go to Wolves. Make sense?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It is very simple. Not only are you strong with everyone, so if he gets there, you don't really care. Um, but if he just cannot be there, and you have mid prio. So let's say that there's a fight at blue buff, your mid's gonna be there first. Look at mid wave, right? Um, so I think he should be on his entire top side here. Okay, there's a fight. Pull up to the fight. Fight looks over. We go pull a crab. Their support is fucking with us. We have to leave. Makes sense. Good discipline. He just saw him on grubs, so we should go look into his bots. I mean, I think
Yeah, I'm not sure.
yeah. I always like to say two things. I mean, you've heard me say it. Either be on time for the play or trade the play. So in this case, if you don't think you're on time because Sylas, I mean, actually, I guess I think you see him pulling it right now. I guess he will be on time. I just feel like if you were prioritizing these grubs, you would have played for them earlier. Like you would have been like, I don't know, again, skipping your Raptors to even just do like top crab, just for vision in the river, right? Um, maybe here instead of like going mid here, you could have done like instead of red Raptors, you could do like red Krugs, and then you could look to gang top here with Verisalt, and then if you kill Teemo, then you obviously get the grubs because Teemo's dead, right? So I feel like if I just feel like it's not that the crossing for these grubs are bad. I just feel like if you were prioritizing these grubs, you could have done so much more right now to get them. So then once we're in this place and we haven't played for them, now I'm like, okay, well now fuck these scrubs. Now I'll just do blue, Gromp, and here I'll just dive Ezreal, right? Um, like we see the support's been roaming, right? So we know support's not bot. Where's their support? We see this Morgana mid here, right? So here, see Morgana mid. You could just run Gromp to bot here, right? Morgana's basing on vision. So right now you could just run Gromp to bot, and there's no way you don't think you could dive Ezreal 2v1, right? Like your Mundo, you'll tank 20 tower shots while Vayne's just killing him, right? So I think right now, if you want, you could just go dive Ezreal 2v1. Funny enough, who's gonna stop you? Like you see Kiana, you see mid, you see top, you see the jungle on grubs, you see the support based. Imagine right now you're in Tribush walking into Ezreal, right? Um,
Yeah,
I don't think this is necessarily bad either, because you have support advantage. But no, I mean, it worked out. Got 2 grubs, got 2 kills. That's can't really ask for more. Base for item, base into playing the dragon. Beautiful. Pull dragon out. Yeah, you're being pessimistic. I don't know why you're complaining, but you got 2 dragons, you got 2 grubs, you killed their jungler. Not sure why you're down on yourself. Skip Krug, skip getting top because he's pushing, makes sense. Bit of a ambitious flash
Yeah.
there, we'll call it. But this guy just killed himself. He could have just ran under tower instead. He runs to the bush. Nice. I mean, that's getting a gank off, killing this guy. I mean, you just got a double kill. Like I don't know, you're getting. It's like if you're not like AFK farming, you're getting top kill, jungle kill. I think here you should probably push top wave out just because the timers are so long that you could, if you kill this wave, the team will miss the entire wave under tower. Plus, you have 2 grubs. You can even hit the tower a little bit, right? Especially because you want to base like with 2K, so you literally kill wave, get like 1 play, and then just base here 2K and buy whatever item whatever you want, and then you'll base to blue. Because here now you're running from Krugs to blue, right?
So I'll tell you one of the things that gets in my head, right? I
Mhm.
had a look at Perry's Mundo guide slides that he put together,
Mhm.
and like I think I have taken the farm camps on spawn line very literally, as in like I am like panicked to not be at a camp when it's up if at all possible.
Okay, with that logic, why do we go for the gank? Like your Krugs
Yeah,
are up.
exactly.
No, that's why I think this is a perfect like this skipping Krugs here to gank top was beautiful, perfect, wonderful. But then like you can't like skip a camp to gank in a good way, and then tell me, oh, I'm not getting this top wave because I need to be on Krugs. Bro, we've already skipped the Krugs. The sin's already been fucking done. You know, like where we used to be there on spawn, we weren't already there on spawn, right? So like it's like it's yeah like contradicting the statement. It's like, oh, I'm not pushing top wave out
Yeah.
because I need to be Krugs on spawn. Bro, we're not on the Krugs on spawn. We got a double. We chose to get a double kill instead. You know. But also keep in mind the big camps on spawn that usually that's not a Mundo thing. I know he said it for Mundo. But Mundo is a jungler that applies that to, but that's a line of logic that applies to like power farmers, which is like 30 plus champs, and but that line usually applies to the first like 10 minutes in the game more strictly. The 10 minutes really strict, and then like 10 to 15 is like less strict, like just less, and then 15 to 20 is less. Like it just the longer you go in the game, the less camps matter, and the more uh playing on a team matter. And but early the game, like 10 to 15 minutes is like the first 10 minutes is like really, 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 really important, where you should only skip camps for plays when the plays are like really guaranteed or really, really important. Um, but then the longer you go in the game, it's just the importance just drops significantly, right? This game it's still early. It's still the camps still matter, obviously. That's why like if you were skipping like 5 camps to gank top, I'd say no. But it's just 1 camp. You have 6 camps up. You did 5 of them. Like it's fine to leave the 6th one up if you think this gank is just higher chance right now, you know. And then it's one of those things where the waves are just worth more than camps. Like a minion wave is worth way more than a camp, just more gold and more XP. And the thing is, minion wave won't be there in 30 seconds. Minion wave will be dead, but in the 30 seconds, this Krug will still be up. You know.
Yeah.
The entire point of being on camps to spawn is so we're not bleeding gold and XP. But I'm saying don't do the camps to do top wave, which is more gold and more XP. You know, like the entire logic of don't skip camps is because people normally skip camps to go for ganks that don't work. So then if the gank doesn't work, you're not getting golden XP. So camps are just a consistent form of golden XP. But waves are also a consistent form of golden XP. You know. And you should be pathing towards camps more. Like let's say here you want to play for Herald, you should do Gromp, Wolves, Raptors, Herald. Let's say here you want to play for Dragon, then you should be doing Krugs, Raptors, Wolves, like this. If you want to play Dragon, do this, right? You know, if you want to play
Yeah.
Herald, do this. But here you just randomly decide. I think you just randomly decide. I'm gonna just beeline here. What's the game plan? Are we
So
sitting?
I think the logic was because well, I hear it a lot in other VOD reviews is like I want to be at Dragon 30 seconds before the spawn so that I can settle in like Death Brush with my team. And I assumed that like my mid laner was going to join me for
No.
coming and scouting this one out. I knew Thresh was following as well.
Okay, a couple of things. A, their entire team is fucking dead, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So let's say the earliest guy that spawns at 10 seconds, and it takes 15 seconds to walk here. So that means if he's going to be there, the earliest they could be there is 25 seconds. So that means the goal is if you want a death rush, that means you have to be in this bush in 25 seconds, correct?
Yeah.
Because that's the earliest he could be there. So then you have time to do like raptors and then sit in this bush, or wolves and then sit in this bush, and then you'll still be there in 25 seconds because it doesn't take more than 20 seconds to kill a fucking wolf camp. And you're also just not doing nothing. You know what I mean? So you could do both. You could be death brushing and do a camp before. You could do raptors to death brush or wolves to death brush. That's A. B, a death brush is when you're playing a champion that could actually kill them when they walk in. You're playing Mundo. Death brush is like you're playing a Viego, assassin, lethality Viego. I mean, crit Viego. You're playing any assassin champ in the game. You're playing a carry. You're not. You're playing a burst champ. You're playing a champ with CCs, and they walk in, you CC lock them. Like you got bullshit, bro. Nice. You're death brushing. Morgana walks in, you throw a cleaver on him, he runs away. That's your death brush right there. You're not actually. You don't you This champ does not. You're playing fiddlesticks, and you play fiddlesticks. Like, that's the champ that's a death brush because they face check you, and you ult them as they're walking into you. They just get one shot, correct?
Yeah.
And here you say you want death brush, but you're not even death brushing. You're just in the river.
No, I didn't end up going in the end though.
Yeah. So it just doesn't apply here. Here you can definitely um do camps on the way to the dragon. Your champ does not excel at death brushing. The enemies were dead, so there's no one to camp because they're not walking in when they're not alive. It's just 20 different things. Make sense?
Yeah.
That looks good. I think the second I kill these two, I just run straight to Herald, which you do. Perfect, good job. No, I'd be specific here. Keeping your farm up, you've done 2 grubs, dragons, Herald, you're doing the objectives well. Obviously it's not perfect gameplay. I said my grievances earlier, but for the most part, it's pretty good. Fighting here, fight looks bad, so you just run away. Makes sense. This guy over chases, so he dies. Perfect. Ends up being 1-for-1, not that bad. At this point of the game, you're approaching the game where you're Mr. Bodyguard. Your only job is to make sure people don't die, and not force bad plays. In this case, I would never pop Herald because Vayne died. So right now the map says 45, correct? They have 5 people alive. We have 4. So now your only goal is to not fight because when the games are winning like this, any winning state, your number one priority is no one die, because as long as no one, like, that's the only way to come back when you're behind, is to get shutdowns, get picks. So the only way that any team can come back now is to get picks, which means kill your teammates. So your number one goal right now is no one on my team die and avoid as many deaths as possible, right? Which means you're Mr. Bodyguard, where you're protecting teammates. So, that here happens. You're unable to protect her. Now all we want to do is not fight for 40 seconds, because right now, if we take any fight, the map's 45. They have 5 people alive. We have 4 people alive. So any fight will be them favored. They just have more members, right? There's nothing stronger in league than number advantage fighting. So right now, our only job is don't cause any fights, avoid fights, farm our camps. So we go do wolves or gromp or blue, wait for Vayne to respawn. Then when Vayne respawns, we play back into that. We could siege top tower, we could pull Baron, we could do proactive plays, wait for dragon to spawn. Our only job right now is to not cause fight, and Herald is a form of proactivity. It's like, it's now the enemies are going to come mid to stop the Herald from getting the towers, and then you're mid, so it's like, this is how fights break out. You play for this mid tower, they all come to defend it. Someone, you know what I mean? But we could just like do nothing for 40 seconds, wait for Vayne to respawn, and then open the Herald, right? And then we could happily fight and defend the Herald because we're all grouped up together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right now, it looks like it's working out because you guys are insanely fed. But the only way you can like lose the game is by doing this, is by forcing fights while being down numbers on the map, right? Um, Make sense?
Yeah.
Play for dragon, pull it out, perfect. Sylas dies, this guy dies, this is their jungler, right? And then just insta pull Baron now, spamming Baron. They have 3 people. I mean, there's no stronger advantage.
I'm not sure why I done that.
There's no stronger advantage on the map than, again, number advantage. It's the strongest thing in league. They have 3 people dead. Now they have 4 people dead. You have 1 person dead. So right now, if you were to take a Baron fight, it'd be a 4v1. It'd be you 4 plus their AD carry, who is Ezreal. I don't think Ezreal can 4v1 you guys. I don't think Ezreal can even 1v1 any of your champs besides Thresh. And they have no smite. So here you just go pull Baron right away. Right, and there's nothing they can do. Make sense?
Yeah.
So outside here, I would just spam ping Baron again. Like even one pick is enough, especially when it's the jungler because no smite. So here I'll just again go to the Baron buff. It's basically like super rare / never you could ever end without Baron because it's just the wave will just die to the towers and shit. Well, I think you had a great bot. I think again, I don't think you played perfectly, and you can go back in the recording to see, or if you took notes on what I said, you did wrong. But like in the grand scheme of things, people have to realize this. Even up to the challenger level, even up to the pro level, if you just consistently don't lose, you will win more games. And that sounds like what the fuck does that even mean? Most players in the league, again, even up to challenger, lose to themselves. What does that mean? They are forcing bad just they force bad plays. Like for example, how many times have you seen the games where you're full clearing and then the enemy jungle just invades you level 3 and then just he dies going for his own invade because he's weaker 1v1 or he's invading with no prio and your team comes and kills him, right? Most players who don't climb lose to themselves. They just force losing plays. So if you are a player who this is super vegan, and obviously as a coach I want people to force good plays. But if you as a player just master forcing 0 bad plays, you're also not forcing good plays. You're just focused on forcing 0 bad plays. You will by default climb because you're going to be forcing no bad plays, and the enemies will eventually force bad plays because players are bad, right? So this is a very good example of that where you didn't really force any plays. You didn't force good plays. You didn't force bad plays. But and the enemies just forced bad plays, right? So you a lot of times a strategy to winning or climbing is just waiting for the enemy to fuck up and then punishing their play. So, for example, we just full clear, we 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 full clear. We're chilling, we're chilling, we're chilling, we're full clearing, we're full clearing, we're full clearing, chilling, 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 chilling. Um, and we could say completely chilling. Sylas did not have to go in here. Sylas could just base and go to the top scuttle, correct? But Chalice chose to suicide for a thresh kill, which isn't worth. Because when he dies, we get dragon off it, right? So this is a perfect example of you didn't do anything. You didn't do a play here. You didn't go for anything aggressive. You were just literally existing and not inting, right? Sylas then couldn't help himself, and he's like, no, I have to int, I have to run in and kill, and died for a support kill, and now Vayne got a kill, and obviously Vayne's a hyper carry, so the goal's better on her than Sylas, A, and B, because he's dead now and he's the jungler, you get dragon because their smite's dead for dragon, right? So this is an example of you. It's not like you outplayed him or did anything well. You just wait for the enemy to fuck up, and then you punish his mistake, and now you get rewarded for it, right?
Yeah.
And then we could say the same thing here. Like it's same thing here. Here you have an opportunity again. Him going bot here, he should just full clear up and play for the Herald Grubs, or he should full clear down. Here he just died, respawned, and decided I'm gonna go for a gank again. So he just now another way to punish his mistake is just go take his blue and grab. It's not like you're outplaying him. It's he made another mistake and you're playing to punish it. Like you could climb just by playing to punish the enemy's mistake, not by forcing any of your own plays. Right? And here, okay, I know his top camps are up. He skipped all his camps to gank. That's a fuck up. I'm gonna punish him now. So you just can play to just perma punish. So you're kind of like being pessimistic, but you're kind of doing that this game where you're not. You might feel like, oh, I'm not doing much because you're not forcing plays, but not forcing any bad plays is already doing more than the average player. If that makes sense, Um,
Yeah.
and obviously now you just have to learn how to force good plays. Which again, forcing good plays, 90% of good plays are just recognizing enemies' mistakes faster or better, and then punishing them. Like in that case, you would be invading his top side that one time, which you didn't do because you didn't recognize his mistake. So you just become way better at recognizing enemies' mistakes